What's up, guys? This is Sergio from Techspert, bringing you another game review, this time for Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, which was just released earlier this week. As with my other review, we will be judging this game on its core concepts, single-player gameplay, storyline, and multiplayer gameplay. And at the end of the video, we'll try to give it as fair a score as we can. So yeah, let's go ahead and start with single-player gameplay. So right off the bat, rather than being a survival horror title, you'll notice that Operation Raccoon City is more of a squad-based shooter. And you'll also notice that you can actually aim down your sights and move at the same time, which actually is fairly new for Resident Evil. I thought this was such a great addition in the game that I actually did it more than one time during the game, for no particular reason, just because, well, it's just that much fun. You never actually get to do that in any other Resident Evil game ever. The reason for this new addition possibly being that you need to be able to move quick on your feet and fight at the same time. As you're about to see in a little bit, combat is kind of a clusterfuck. Adding to the clusterfuckiness of combat is a very awkward cover system that is activated by simply running into objects. Now, this would be convenient, but considering that a lot of the game is very linear and that there are objects everywhere, you're going to find yourself constantly accidentally finding cover behind random places. Another big departure from previous Resident Evil titles is the absence of an inventory screen. Items such as green herbs are now found and used immediately, and items such as first aid spray and grenades are put into a mini inventory in the bottom left corner of the screen to be used later. While I did mention that combat is sometimes very messy and confusing, still, it does not take away from the pleasure of mowing down millions of zombies or delivering killer strikes to your more human opposition. Story-wise is where the game kind of falls flat on its weaker side. While the cinematics and cutscenes are very cool, they don't really give the player the sense of immersion that they would have gotten from a previous Resident Evil title. Usually the game follows this formula. Here's a cutscene, there's a zombie, go fight it. So it is a tad bit lacking in the immersion quality, something of course that is a standard in the other Resident Evil titles. But one thing that this game does not suffer from is the typical bad Capcom voice acting. Even though the immersion factor is lacking in this game, the voice acting from the voice actors, of course, is very, very well detailed and very well done. You no longer hear long, weird, awkward absences like you would in the other titles, but instead, they carry on a conversation that's very serious in tone. Moving on from storytelling to multiplayer, this game actually had a surprising amount of game modes. A whole bunch of them were available, but I chose Hero Mode for this particular review, and Hero Mode is a ton of fun. The object of this particular mode is to take on the roles of various Resident Evil heroes and villains, and fight to be the last team standing. Keep in mind, however, that when you are fighting your opponents, you also have to fight off various waves of the undead. You are able to use various weapons and gadgets against your foes, including a gas that calls the undead towards you both. Once you die, however, you cannot respawn until the round is officially over, giving you time to choose a new character, new loadouts, and also giving you the ability to spectate to see how your friends are doing. Due to an extremely fun, yet sometimes clustered single-player campaign, a not-so-immersive story yet excellent voice acting, and an extremely fun multiplayer, I would have to give Operation Raccoon City a 7.5 out of 10. Once again, guys, thank you for taking this time to watch this review, and I will see you next time.